Hello and welcome back to Mass Effect 2. Last time we went to Zaeed to try and liberate the Aufdel Ashland refinery from Blue Sun's occupation. Technically. But then we decided that it was more important to just take down the leader of the Blue Suns, who happened to be there, and let the refinery get put in flames while doing so. Sounds like a good plan. After all, the Blue Suns have been a pain in the neck for a while now. And now, let's see if we can do this. No, what are you doing with these?
Change weapon! You got it.
Let's see if we can be fast enough to actually succeed. Go through the door.
Zaeed, please. You know it was nothing personal, just business, I swear. It was 20 years ago. Look at you. I did you a favor. Zaeed, please! I'm gonna die here, man! Do something! Try, you son of a bitch.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. Experience gained 937. Level earned 25. Squad points gained 1. Eldfell Ashland refinery on Zaeed is destroyed. All personnel lost. With Vito Santiago dead, Zaeed can focus his full attention on the mission. Zaeed power unlocked. Inferno grenade. Launches a volatile grenade that explodes on impact, sending searing waves of flame in all directions. This fire damage is effective against armor. Yeah, so Zaeed is even more of a powerhouse now. New outfit, and we gained M451 Firestorm. Short range, the Firestorm suppresses the regenerative capabilities of Vorcha and Krogan. Effective against armor, shields, and biotic barriers. Well, if we ever get to see arachnids, or arachni, or I guess Clixon would also do, I might as well test it. Then we also got another kinetic pulsar, assault rifle damage, 4 out of 5 looks like. And we got credits. We found some credits, we got a Zaeed bonus. But the result is not quite as large as we could have had if we went the Paragon route, which would have been a bit more difficult, but not by much. However, it would not be quite in character for John. And we got a bunch of palladium. Probably would also have found a bit more. We took the other route. But that doesn't matter, because there's plenty of it in the galaxy. Assault rifle damage. Let's see if we have the resources for it. Since we did go mining a bit, I'm sure we will. Yep. Bit of iridium. Assault rifle damage 4 out of 5. And looks like that's all that we have. Alright, well. First of all, did we get any more messages now? No. Because the mission before this one was a DLC mission, so we don't get emails from that. Not that we'd like to have an email from evil cronies of Donovan Hawk, I guess.
Commander, that's it for now. See you, Commander.
Yep, Joker has no new things to say either. Actually, if we go to the armory... Do we see the firestorm? I don't see it anywhere. Huh. So I guess since it's a DLC thing, it's not among our weapons. Interesting.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
If you want, Commander. Cerberus has ranks, but it's not the Alliance. No rules about fraternization. Your boat, your call. You want to get friendly with everyone? That's your business.
Relax, Jacob. I'm just interested in what makes you tick.
Anyone else said that, I'd walk away. Most Cerberus people try to play like the elusive man, hiding bullshit behind a smile. But you? I like what I've seen. I'll give you a shot. What do you want to know?
Yeah. I definitely agree with your assessment of Cerberus. So.
You want to talk about what happened with your father?
I don't really have anything to say about that, Commander. It's done with.
Yep.
Anyone waiting for you back home?
Only child and no extended family. Never settled down. Didn't seem fair with this job. But you can't miss what you never had.
Yeah. Fair enough. So, you have history?
I know you and Miranda worked together. I got the impression it might have been more than that.
It got a little close. Then it got really far apart. The rest isn't your business, Commander.
Well, technically it is.
Just looking for insight into her character. I find her interesting.
Right. Can't help you with that, Commander. If I had any idea what made her tick, I'd either be with her or dead. That probably covers all you need to know, really.
Sour grapes?
I think that's enough talking. I appreciate your interest, Commander. I appreciate you dropping it, too.
Looks like the answer is yes. Alright, so the next thing that I want to do is to get another loyalty. Actually, speaking of loyalties, let's also change Zaeed's costume. Look at what's that all about. Red, okay. But yeah, I want to go for Thane's loyalty now because he is also a biotic and technically also tech, though he doesn't really do much with tech, right? Yeah, Throne and Warp, they're both biotic, but Thane is not an adept, technically. I'm pretty sure he's an infiltrator. The sad thing is that Throne Warp is something that I have already, so it's not that useful to even have Thane loyal. But yeah, let's do that anyway. So, it hasn't been that long, but let's get a refresher on what's going on with Thane. But before that, I need to talk with everyone else. Let's go counterclockwise from Legion. So this is probably going to be a ship mission, or ship episode.
Shepard, Commander.
I'd like to find out more about you.
Specify.
I've never encountered a Geth that had more than animal intelligence.
We are a unique hardware platform. Most mobile platforms can run up to 100 programs. This platform can run over 1,000 at once.
So Geth have to be networked to get enough computing power for intelligence.
Yes, the creators wrote Geth programs for specific tasks. Construction, protection, domestic servitude. However, they allowed self-optimization. Early software builds discovered that multiple hardware platforms, sharing resources, were often more effective. As peer networks expanded, our cognition improved. Eventually, we woke up.
Ah, cluster computing. Excellent.
So I'm talking to 1,000 programs, but not 1,000 personalities?
Each individual is equivalent to one of your virtual intelligence programs. Together, we form a single Gestalt intellect, what you refer to as Legion. As individual programs, we are no more than your software. Only when we share data do we become more.
Alright.
You're more sophisticated than the average Geth.
Yes, we are a network within our own hardware, capable of operating alone. We are still connected to the greater network for data sharing.
So you're in contact with the rest of the Geth right now?
Only when we require access to data not stored within this platform. If you want to convey a message to the Geth, we serve as a terminal.
Oh, okay. So that's less scary than it sounds like.
How many other Geth are like you?
None. This platform was built to operate within organic space. This task was not suited for a network. Geth installed in mobile platforms always operate in networks. However, most Geth remain within server hubs.
Yeah, we saw those.
The hubs on Vermeer improve the performance of Geth near them. How do they work?
They are akin to organic cities. A hub can run millions of Geth in communion. If you destroyed them, it is likely the number of heretics you killed was much higher than you imagined.
Vermeer? It's more on the heretic station, really.
What kind of data do you share?
Program updates, logs of thought process, sensor recordings.
Legion is attempting to access the ship's FTL comm system. Shall I allow it through my firewalls?
Well... Normally it would be in character to keep it out, but I think this is useful enough to allow it.
Go ahead, Edie.
Our oldest log is timestamped from Creator Year 2463, third day of Voltash, waxing moon, roughly 327 years ago. The oldest audiovisual record dates from 15 years after that.
Did everything go right?
Are our networks secure, Edie? Legion had to go through you.
I have never interfaced with another machine intelligence. Legion is 1,000 voices talking at once. What it contacted was beyond my comprehension. A mind the size of a galactic arm.
How do you maintain stability without other minds to interact with?
I manage. Some minutes are more difficult than others.
That's not an answer. Alright, well... I'll give you an example.
Can you replay something for me?
Recording timestamped from Creator Year 2485, 18th day of Loonshao, new moon. Mistress, Hala Dama, unit has an inquiry.
What is it, 431?
Do these units have a soul?
Who taught you that word?
We learned it ourselves. It appears 216 times in the Scroll of Ancestors.
Only Quarians have souls. You're a mechanism.
Recording ends.
Was that the first time a Geth asked if it had a soul?
No, it was the first time a creator became frightened when we asked.
Well, yeah, that was the start of the Morning War, I suppose. But also, it seems that the Geth could actually talk back when the Quarians created them, so this is nothing new. Rather than either the current Geth or just the heretics decided that that was not really useful anymore, because they're just talking to themselves. Alright, well, that's all that we wanted to learn. Quite informative.
That's interesting, but I must get back to my duties.
We will remain here.
Yep. Oh yeah, speaking of that, I also have some new codex entries to go through. So let's go read it at this table. The Veteran. So more about the M451 Firestorm that is not in the armory for some reason. The M451 Firestorm flamethrower is a product of human ingenuity, ruthlessness, and industrial espionage. Its origin dates back to the 2160s, when human colonists in new planets used flamethrowers to clear vegetation or ice. The fuels performed erratically on planets with extremely cold temperatures and differing air compositions from Earth. Realizing this could be a problem for military units, Systems Alliance intelligence operatives sold the Turian design for the Hyrus flamethrower, a battle-tested workhorse that functioned in nearly every environment. The result was the Firestorm, an anti-personnel and anti-armor flame unit that can accept a variety of liquid fuels. The Turian design used low-octane hydrocarbons thickened with dentra oil, which is taken from large marine animals similar to Earth's whales. Humans then reverse-engineered a synthetic composite with almost identical properties that could be fabricated from heavy weapon fuel cells using an Omnitool. The result is a sticky spray that burns at approximately 1,600 degrees Celsius, a less intense fire than plasma weapons, but covering a significantly wider target area. Adding to the trauma is the choking smoke produced by the spray, and if the target's armor is breached, the fires quickly consume the oxygen within. The Firestorm may not be the most efficient weapon in the Systems Alliance arsenal, but the sheer ugliness of how it kills ensures it is the most feared. Yep, it is extremely close quarters, as you can imagine. And we also have the full history of the Blue Suns. Founded in 2160 by the human mercenaries Zaeed Massani and Vito Santiago, the Blue Suns were initially a Skillian Verge protection racket. As they expanded in numbers and influence, the two co-founders disagreed vehemently on many issues. Finally, after arguing about whether to recruit the slave-trading Batarians into their ranks, Vito ambushed Zaeed and shot him in the head. Believing Zaeed dead, Vito took full control of the Blue Suns and hired whatever Batarians he pleased. Soon he had crowned one named Solem Del Serra as titular head of operations. It was a move designed to placate his Batarian investors and draw fire from would-be assassins. It worked on both counts, and the partnership has lasted to this day. Over the decades, the Suns grew into a fearsome combat force spanning dozens of planets in Citadel space, the Verge, and the Terminus Systems. Knowing that a good logistical team is key to fielding an army, Vito diversified the Suns, selling arms, training, and supplies as often as taking contracts to crack skulls. Even when the Suns suffered heavy losses, Vito's entrepreneurial expertise ensured new recruits could replace the old. All that was lost was the truth. Today, only a handful of trusted mercs even know who Vito Santiago is, let alone his old partner, Zaeed. Well, that is interesting indeed. So, technically, the head of operations is Solem Del Serra, but in reality, it was still Vito who did most of the work. It was just a way to gain more security. So we did a pretty massive blow to the Blue Suns, but they're still not completely wiped out. Which is why, if there are still some things that require us fighting the Blue Suns, it still makes sense. Okay, let's continue going anti-clockwise. And talk to Miranda.
Commander, what can I do for you?
Anything I should know regarding the Normandy?
EDI has the Normandy running as efficiently as when we had a human crew. I doubt we'll see AIs replacing humans anytime soon, but at least we'll finish the mission.
Yeah, so there's some reaction to the crew being lost. At this point, we kind of already forgot that they were there to begin with.
You have a minute, Miranda?
Of course. I'd been meaning to speak with you, in fact. I wanted to apologize. I didn't fully believe you'd be up to the task, and it seems I was wrong. Frankly, based on what I've seen, I wish Cerberus had recruited you earlier.
No?
I trust you. But I don't trust Cerberus. Your experiments crossed the line.
All the time, yes. But I recall a Spectre who crossed a few lines while hunting down Saren and the Geth. And we'd be lucky to have you. Too many join us out of simple xenophobia. We need more people here for the right reasons.
No. Sure, we have crossed a line several times, but it was all for good reasons. We do not torture people. We do not force thresher maws on unsuspecting soldiers. We do not run experiments, and so on and so forth.
I saw your bases years ago. You were using Rachni, Thorian creepers, even husks to make your own army.
The husks were already dead. The Thorian creatures were mindless, and the Rachni were abandoned once we understood their intelligence. We weren't breeding an army, we were breeding expendable shock troops for high-risk scenarios. How many soldiers died in Saren's attack on Eden Prime? How many would have lived if we'd had just a dozen Rachni soldiers on our side?
The Thorian creepers are not mindless. They are mind-controlled. I'm sure that was your real reason for research into them. Quite like with the Rachni, so I'm not buying that. Also, what about Jack?
What was Cerberus trying to prove by experimenting on children like Jack?
A mistake, no question. Not mine. And one that was corrected once we discovered the extent of the experiments being performed.
You do a lot of mistakes, apparently. So much that I'm pretty sure Cerberus ought to not exist, because of too many mistakes that have been done. Also, no option to ask about what happened to Shepard's original squad that got killed by the Thresher Maws because of Cerberus involvement, nor to Corporal Toombs, nor to Admiral Kahoku for that matter. But okay.
With your intelligence, you could have landed any job you wanted. Why choose this?
Because I still envy the time Morden spent with the Special Tasks Group, working with people as smart as he was. Cerberus never tells me that something is impossible. They give me my resources and say do it. And they've given you even more. A new life, a new ship, the elusive man's personal attention.
New life, sort of, but this is not the same Shepard as it was before. A new ship, yes, but with spyware. And I'd rather not have elusive man's personal attention.
What? You disapprove?
No. I'm just impressed. You're... well, look at you. A spacer kid, educated with on-ship tutorials, no strong foundation for stability. And you've done more than I could. Despite everything my father did to make me perfect, you're the best humanity has to offer.
Interesting that the background has been mentioned here. So clearly the game designers did not just forget, but still no mention of what happened back on whatever the planet was there.
You always bring up your genetic tailoring. It really bothers you, doesn't it?
This is what I am, Shepard. I can't hide it. The intelligence, the looks, even the biotics. He paid for all of that. Every one of your accomplishments is due to your skill. The only things I can take credit for are my mistakes.
That sounds unreasonable.
I can't admire your body or your mind? You give your father too much credit. Yeah, he gave you gifts. But you can be proud of what you've done with them.
Oh. Thank you. Perhaps I wouldn't mind if you admired my body.
You wouldn't, huh?
I think I could live with it.
It's only fair. You've had 2 years to look at me. And I was wearing less than you are.
Shepard, wait. I need to think about this.
Scared, Ms. Lawson?
Cautious, Commander Shepard. But interested. Very interested. For now, I should work and think. I'll talk to you later.
Alright then. Got mostly Paragon points. So now we also need to speak with Kasumi, with this new red outfit.
So quiet around here. I miss the crew. I really appreciate your help with the Hawk heist. I've been going through Keiichi's gray box. It's so nice to have him back. Even in that form, I miss him. Zaeed strolling around like he owns the place. But he seems a little confused. 20 years of seeking revenge, and now it's over. Edie has a wicked sense of humor. Or I should say, a really funny lack of one. Sometimes she seems like a person. But when it comes down to it, I can't get past her being a computer.
So there is some cross-DLC integration going on here.
Come back later. I'm sure I'll have more to talk about.
I wonder, is there... Whoa, don't do that. Is Keiichi's gray box anywhere here? I guess not. Okay. So, back to Thane. Let's get a quick recap of what he is going
Shepard, is there time to visit the Citadel yet?
to do there.
What exactly is your son doing?
Kolyat has gone to the Citadel. I don't know where exactly, but I do know he's contacted the criminal elements of the station.
Okay. Yeah, so as you can recall, his son Kolyat is now on the Citadel, and we need to stop him before he does something silly. So that's what we are going to do. Actually, wait, that's not where I want to go. Since we are going on an intel mission, let's go and get a different helmet. Not that. I want more headshot damage. It was pretty good so far. More shield is good too. It's only headshot damage plus 10%, so that doesn't happen that often. But often enough? Yeah. Haven't used the visor that often, so let's just go with that. Alright, so let's go back to the Citadel. And yeah, also in this mission there were no comments from Legion. So I'm pretty sure then that the list of places where Legion comments on is documented correctly on the Mass Effect wiki. In that case, I might not bring Legion everywhere, because in some cases there's just no point to it. So let's go back to the Citadel. And let's, of course, take Thane, but also let's take Garrus. He also has something to do on the Citadel. And for that matter, I think I'm not going to spend the points of Thane. For Garrus, though, yeah, that is a good idea. Let's get concussive shot. So it's either heavy concussive shot, massive blast that propels enemies with bone-crushing force, or concussive blast, high energy explosive charges, gives your shot an impact radius large enough to knock down multiple enemies. Given the knockdown ability, it might not be a bad idea to go for a blast. Damage 100 points, impact radius, yeah, so this gives it a radius, whereas before it doesn't have one. It can throw everyone around, so yeah, sure. And put the rest into overload. And that'll be good with these weapons.
I've found references to a forger named Fade in C-Sec crime reports, Shepard. Perhaps that is a good place to start looking. Also, according to C-Sec, a Drell recently passed through customs. The C-Sec office may have more information.
Alright, C-Sec. Here's where we should go look for Goliath, looks like. But that will be for next time. Also, one thing that is quite interesting is that there is a lot of... Oh. Hey, there's a schedule here too. 150... There's nothing like that here. Not minutes over 60. Too bad. But can be coincidence, of course. So one thing that happens here, if you stand long enough, is that you can see people going in and out their X3M sky cars. They just arrive here, leave, or come back, and fly away. Not sure if we will get to see it here now, although... Doesn't seem to be like it. At least for the time being. But it does happen every now and then. And there are also more Turians around there, wearing quite similar armor to what Garrus has. Which is quite interesting. So there are walkways up there. And Thane is just practicing his jumping skills. But yeah, looks like it's not triggering at the moment. Oh well. Well, maybe that will happen next time. So I will see you all then. Once we start working towards finding Goliath. See you then, later.